Hey guys, I'm Alex and today I'm going to introduce you to Rapporter. In case you haven't had a chance to try it out, it is a web application aimed at creating reproducible statistical report templates. It's built upon our package named Rapport, and we're not going to dig deep into this one. If you like, you can visit the homepage of the package and check out the manual, especially check out the writing templates section, where you can see all the needed information to create your own template. So let's get back to web app. So first you have to log in or to register your account. You can do it via various OAuth providers like Google and GitHub, but if you prefer traditional email and password approach, you can do that as well. I'm just going to go back and log in via my GitHub account. And we log in. We'll head over to templates and click on New button. A template editor will appear and we'll take some time to fill in the basic information about the template. So first we're going to fill in the title and we're going to fill in the description as well. We're going to do a very simple t-test template to demonstrate the basic functionality of Rapporter. You will see the language currently we support only English, and you can also add tags to your template like example or t-test. You will notice shared field where you can see the list of all the users that you can share your report or template with. You can also check out public if you want a public access to your template, and forkable if you like to for other users to use and reuse your template. And packages is going to take a while, and you will see the list of all our packages available on cron. So you can type like ggplot is there. You can try out let's say Nortest. Yeah, it's also there. So you can choose like whatever you like from cron. It will be loaded in your template. And we're going to add some inputs to our template by clicking on New Input button. You will notice several options. We're first going to add a numeric input. We're going to mark it as required, add a name to the input and a label. You will see the length property, which will set some restrictions to your inputs. You can either select exact number of elements, be it a vector or vector values, or a range. So for example, right now we're going to have only one vector assigned to x, but if you want you can change range to like 1 to 10 vectors, and it will allow you to specify more than one, that is 1 to 10 vectors, but we're going to stick with one because we want a very simple example. So standalone input, if you click it, you can see that the length attribute is blurred out and set to 1. And in that case, you can specify the input value on your own. It's not going to be mapped to any dataset variable. You will have to provide your own value. So you can type like 20.5, but in this case it will be meaningless. So we're going to uncheck the standalone, and thus making the X input a dataset input that is going to require on the dataset. If you click limit, you will set the restrictions of the numeric values. So they're very permissive. They range from -infinity to +infinity, but you can change it like from -100 to 100. We're just going to disable that, add a description for input, and add an X input. You will notice the underneath. So we're going to add now a factor input. We're going to set name and label. You will notice this matchable, but we're going to talk about that later, and level. Because it's t-test, we would like our factor to have only 2 levels, and we can change that. We can also set description. This is going to be a grouping factor. We're going to add, and we will also add a new character input that I'm going to explain, that matchable option. It's also available for factor inputs and character inputs. So we're going to fill in the name and label. We're going to click matchable, and we will add some options here, like two-sided, greater, and less. And we're going to set two-sided as a default hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. And we're going to add some description. So when you do this, a user will be presented with a select box with the values that he can check from. So that's pretty much it. We have the character input. We're going to edit. And we're also going to provide an example for this template. So we're going to add some of the data sets. You'll notice the empty cars, the diamonds, or iris data set, but we're going to stick with internet usage survey data set that is available via Rapporter package. It's very straightforward. We're going to add internet usage in leisure time as a response, and we're going to group by gender. We'll keep this decided as default, and we're going to add this template. And if you click on create, you will notice that the body is empty, so yeah, we might as well add something to the body. It accepts pandoc markdown syntax, and for our expressions we're going to use brew-like syntax, or ERB if you're familiar with Ruby. And we're going to define t-test object, and we're going to put x, and because it's response variable, and we're going to provide a grouping factor, which is a g, and we're also going to specify an alternative hypothesis. We're going to close the block, and we will also going to show the summary table. This time we're going to type in less than % equals to print out the object, and we're going to use some descriptive statistics. rpdesk is a report function. It accepts vector, grouping factor, and a list of functions that you would like to aggregate on. So we're going to put some inline expressions, and nothing special about it, just passed inline. rpmean is a report function. It allows you to specify a subset, so this particular one is going to return a mean value for male respondents. We're going to do the same for female respondents. So type rpmean x and g equals female. You can check out a lot of other helpers that we provide with Rapporter. And notice that these helpers will get rid of NAs, so bear that in mind. Plots, we're going to create a simple box plot, and we're going to use another report helper, which is rpboxplot. We will show you that Rapporter supports LaTeX. And let's see what happens if you have an error in your report. We're going to create the report now and click Create button. Now the template is saved, we can search for t-test. Click on the Actions button and click on Preview. You will see the rendered example, leisure time over gender. You can click on Plot to see the plot. You will see the rendered LaTeX and the error underneath. You can export this rendered report to PDF. We use pandoc to do all conversions, so results may not be spot on, but most of the time they're going to work quite good. PDF is actually has the best support. docx will have some flaws, but it's pretty good so far. You see the LaTeX is not so quite good, and the oddity is also supported, and it looks a bit nicer. And you will see the LaTeX is not converted, but it's pandoc. So you can click on Share button, and you can share your report via a bunch of services. You will see that we literally provide dozens of services that you can share your report via. There's also a public link that you can copy and send to your collaborators so they could have access. And now we're going to go back and type in search for our template, and this time we're going to use it. We're going to click on the use button. It says that dataset is not selected, so we're going to head over and select a dataset. But first we're going to click on this Internet Usage Survey link. You will see the description of the dataset. You can see the factor levels for factor variables, and you can also click on next to see another page if it has a lot of variables. So if you can also do a preview. If you click a preview button, you can see an HTML table with the actual values, and you can also do a full screen preview, which I'm going to demonstrate now. But if you go back to dataset index page and click on the active button, you're going to use given dataset. And now we're going to type in once again t-test, then click on the use button, and you'll be presented a modal dialog where you can choose the variables from the dataset. So this time we're going to use age and gender. We're going to click on, but before that you can also click on this select input on the left and choose one of the previous reports, so you can append your report. If it's rendered successfully, you can show it. And there we go, our first rendered report template. You can edit chunks. So this time we're going to change something like hello there. If you update it, it will change. You can also edit the annotation chunks, and know that it allows you to put a markdown syntax. So we can put something like to put something in bold or italic, and it will work as well. So right here, and we can click submit, and it's updated. You can also delete chunks by hovering over the chunk and click delete, and they will be deleted. You can edit, we can view plots like in examples, and you can also edit plots and resize them. We provide several presets, but you can use custom to adjust the height and width. When you're done, you just click the check mark and they're resized. You can also use one of the presets. If you choose, they will be resized. And the preview is also available. So that's pretty much it. You can also export your template to PDF doc or ODT. You can share it just like I showed you. It will work like a charm, hopefully. You can edit the title because this untitled report is not that user friendly, so we can change it to something more suitable. Provide a description and make it public. Change it, you will see that it is changed now. If you like to cancel, you can click on the X button, and that's pretty much it. But before we finish, make sure to check out the help page. To do so, click on the logo icon in top left, and you will be presented with a help page. You can also check out a knowledge base with common questions, so you can submit your own issue. So that will be it for today. Thank you all for watching, and bye bye.